And today's video is going to be about the different GO.A.T modes on your Bronco. Definitely for you guys who are off-roading, putting you in that four-wheel drive, giving you the ability to see what's in front of you on the screen. For you guys out there doing trail rides and stuff like that. What's up, Team Lethal fans? Mustang King, Bronco King in the house, and today's video is going to be about the different GO.A.T modes on your Bronco. Today we're in our first edition, so we're going to talk to you about the GO.A.T modes that come on the first edition and walk you through all of them, as well as explain all the different GO.A.T modes for the different model Broncos that are available. The GO.A.T modes differentiate between different model Broncos. Some of them have special features where others don't. So let's go through the different Bronco models and explain to you the GO.A.T modes that come with them. The base model Bronco comes with normal, eco, sport, slippery, and sand snow. Then you've got the Big Bend Bronco, which is normal, eco, sport, slippery, sand snow, and mud ruts. Moving on to the Outer Banks model, it comes with normal, eco, sport, slippery, sand snow, and mud ruts. The Wildtrak version comes with normal, eco, sport, slippery, sand snow, and mud ruts. The Black Diamond model Bronco comes with normal, eco, sport, slippery, sand, snow, mud ruts, and rock crawl. The Badlands model Bronco comes with normal, eco, slippery, sand, snow, mud ruts, rock crawl, and Baja. The Everglades model comes with normal, eco, sport, slippery, sand, snow, mud ruts, and rock crawl. The Heritage version Bronco comes with normal, eco, sport, slippery, and sand snow. The Heritage Limited version comes with normal, eco, sport, slippery, sand snow, mud ruts, and rock crawl. And then the Bronco Raptor comes with normal, sport, slippery, tow haul, rock crawl, and Baja. The first edition Bronco comes with normal, eco, slippery, mud ruts, sand, Baja, and rock crawl. So one thing I'll note here, as I mentioned, talking about the Bronco Raptor, it is actually the only Bronco model that has a tow haul mode on it, which gives you the ability to tow and have higher payloads on your Bronco, where the other Broncos do not have that GO.A.T mode. So we're in the first edition, we're in normal mode right now. I'm going to take a rip down here. Now, one thing to note, that when I do have it in normal mode, we're in 2 high, and none of the differentials are locked. That means the front or rear. Everything is just normal. That's why they call it normal mode. It's for you guys driving on the street, your everyday thing. You're going on a road trip, whatever, just driving back and forth to work or from home, something like that. It's a normal driving mode for daily use. So here we go. Take a little rip, see how it feels. Shifting on it will be nice and smooth. And I'm off-road, so I did feel some tire spin back there because I'm in 2 high. Still feels good, but I did have some slip because I'm in 2 high on my 2 wheels in the back are engaged. God, these things are so much fun. Normal. For your normal guys out there. This next mode over from normal is going to be eco. Still has me in 2 high. This is more of a economical friendly setup for you. You're going to probably have better fuel mileage. It's going to be more efficient for long drives. You're probably going to see better miles per gallon. I would think it feels a little more sluggish to you. It's just probably not giving it as much timing as normal mode has. Shifting still feels very similar to normal mode. So again, for eco is going to be really your fuel efficient mode to be in for long trips. All right, eco mode, and the dash turns green there. It's green friendly. All right, the next mode up on the first edition after eco is going to be slippery. Now, I can see there's a 4x4 shift in progress. It's got me in 4 automatic right now. None of the differentials are locked, but I'm in 4A. So let's feel how it goes here. No tire spin now because I'm in 4-wheel drive. Bronco feels good. Shifts normally. It's going through all the gears like normal. Still a lot of fun to drive. I would say that this is probably really good for guys who live where you see inclement weather, lots of snow, ice, rain, and having that 4-wheel drive definitely helps you out with that. Now we're going to move on to mud ruts. Mud ruts now has me in 4H. and it looks like the rear differential is locked. I've also got the camera on the front dash came up so I can see everything in front of me. Definitely for you guys who are off-roading, putting you in that four-wheel drive, giving you the ability to see what's in front of you on the screen. For you guys out there doing trail rides and stuff like that, you can feel the shifting is different, just keeping me in that lower gear longer before shifting out of it, which the other modes had so far. So we're going to move on now from the mud ruts and see what happens here. The next mode that we've got is going to be sand. Now, see what happens here. Looks like we are still in 4H. The rear diff is locked. I don't see anything else changing other than that. I do not have the camera display on the screen though. That was only up when I had the mud rut feature on here for the sand. There is no screen camera. You can't see what's going on in front of you, so obviously you're looking at your window. Let's see how this is. 4 high. Nice shifting. Feels good. I can see this sand mode definitely working out really well for us when we take it out to Corbett, which we've done before. So it does work. Putting it in the sand mode is going to help you get through that sand, not get stuck, and Bronco feels great in that mode. Let's try out the next mode after sand is Baja, and that looks like it's sand, rocks, and that type of stuff, maybe similar to other sand mode that we had. But now I also did pick up the screen here. I'm still in 4 high. I can see what's up here. The camera is up on my screen, and the rear differential is not locked. It is open. So here we go. Definitely higher RPM shift in this. Kind of makes sense for a mode like that. When you're out in the desert, you're probably ripping across like huge sand dunes and stuff, and you know, packed sand, hard rock flooring and stuff like that, and you can definitely feel it and hear it that the RPMs are going up to a much higher RPM before shifting into the next gear. So you notice that difference between the sand mode and rock over to the Baja. I know a lot of people actually say that when you're trying to get some draggy times out of this to do testing to see, you know, if you do some power mods on these, you throw some extra boost at it, you put an intercooler on it, and when you do take it to a drag strip or just trying to launch it and get some good 0 to 60 times or quarter mile times, something like that, people say Baja mode is what they've had the best results in. Typically for me, when I do my testing on this, when we did the Whipple calibration and then we did their intercooler and air intake on it, we kept it in normal mode. We didn't do anything different than that. I may have put it in just 4 high as well, or 4A, to be able to launch the vehicle at a higher RPM without having the rear tire spin on it, because we are making more horsepower than the Bronco makes from the factory. But again, Baja mode I've heard is pretty good for testing like that. So the last mode that the First Edition has going from Baja is to Rock Crawl. And Rock Crawl right now has that big display on the screen of rock. It says for 4L shift to neutral. So it's asking me to put the shifter in neutral. 4x4 shift is in progress. All right, advanced track is off. The stabilizer bar is disconnected. I am also showing that the rear diff is locked. I'm in 4 low on the shift select here, and also the rear diff is locked. I can see everything on the camera from the front here on the screen. The stabilizer bar disconnect reconnects over 20 miles an hour, so I'm not going to go over 20 miles an hour here. I'm going to put it in drive and see how it feels. Now this is obviously rock crawling. You're not flying through rocks. You don't want to do that. It's a very slow paced thing, putting a lot of torque to the tires, making sure that you don't slip. If you do have slippage, that other tire is picking up for it. And I guess that's why we have that stabilizer bar, so that you can have some articulation on your suspension as well. Getting over those rocks. Now, I didn't go rock crawling in this, but when we did take our Bronco to the Old Florida event, the Bronco Raptor, I was able to do some rock crawling on that, and I did have the sway bar disconnected on it, and it's pretty sweet. You can see how much articulation it is, where one wheel is all the way tucked underneath, the whole rear axle is all crazy angles and stuff like that. And you know, again, these different modes help you for different things you're doing with your Broncos. Now, I can definitely feel in this mode rock crawl. I'm still only 12 miles an hour now It's keeping me in that low gear, RPMs are low, putting that torque to the ground, making sure I'm able to crawl through those rocks and have as much traction as possible, as well as allowing the suspension to do its thing. Tell you what, these Broncos are so capable, it's insane. When I picked this first edition up at the dealership and I was messing around with all these switches and the modes and stuff, I had no idea what they were about. I didn't know I was be able to use them. Like, when am I going to use these different modes? How do they work and stuff like that? So it was actually the day after we picked up this vehicle that we went up to the Bronco Off-Rodeo in New Hampshire, and we learned a ton of stuff from our instructor up there. Definitely how to do the different modes, which differential to lock, when to undo your stabilizer bar and everything else. And you know, still having this vehicle and owning a Bronco Raptor still gets a little confusing. When I went off-roading with Krista Pickens from Buckle Up Buttercup at the old Florida event, we had an instructor, a retired instructor from the Bronco Off-Rodeo with us, and it was really helpful having him tell us over the radio, like, hey, we're going through this type of terrain now. It's best to put it in this mode, and to lock up your rear differential or lock up your front differential and stuff like that. That was very helpful in learning it, and I definitely will suggest for any of you guys out there who have not done the Bronco Off-Road to go ahead and do so. It's a really good time. It's an awesome event that Ford puts on and is available for all Bronco owners, so definitely get out there and do it. And there you have it, guys. All the GOAT modes on our first edition Bronco, as well as the explanation of all of the modes that come on different Bronco models. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing what happens when you change the modes here on our Bronco. It's pretty neat to see all these things change on your dash and on the shift selector over here, so you know what happens when you change those different modes. Now, I really hope you guys enjoyed our video and it was helpful to you guys. And if you do have any other questions on this, we have an awesome write-up on all the different Bronco GOAT modes on our website. Make sure to check that out. Make sure to subscribe, and if you guys have any questions, comment on our video, and we'll definitely do our best to answer your question as best as possible. This has been Jared with Lethal Performance, also known as the Mustang King, Bronco King, and I'm out of here. So we're going to walk through all the different Bronco models and tell you what...
All the different.
All the additional? I said all the additional.
You said different.
No, I said all the additional. All the different